last meeting. Thanks, Kevin. I'll stop talking here shortly. Let someone else.
I had a chance a couple weeks ago. My wife and I were traveling, so I missed the last meeting. But we actually watched the service online. I said the only thing I couldn't see while Jason was doing his usual great job with it is I couldn't see the slides online. So they're up there again if you've seen them before for my benefit. But what we're going to do is we're going to take you through some slides like we normally do, so you know what's going on in your congregation. Then there's two votes we're going to take this morning from the voters in the congregation is to approve the budget for next year and the board of candidates, to serve your church on the church board. So we'll get started. Our usual agenda, we talk about outreach, adult discipleship, youth discipleship, property report from Ed, elder report, and then a financial report. So that way you can keep track of what we're up to there. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the outreach programs. And Russ Kimball's in charge of our outreach, but his voice is a little shaky this morning. So Jason's agreed to help us out.
And as Kevin said, a lot of kind of reiteration of stuff that we covered last time, so we'll buzz through some of this fairly quickly. That we did have a very successful trunk or treat once again this year. We saw some new faces, some old faces. All total, I think 180 hot dogs were consumed, eaten that day. A lot of great pictures of a full parking lot, so this has become a real successful outreach tool for us. We've got some even more pictures here. As Pastor referenced, that we do have after this the opportunity to have our picture taken once again. If you are in need of a blue shirt, that you have the opportunity to get another one, or maybe your first one. We'll do that here in a second. And if the shirt is not enough to entice you, there will be some ice cream, as he said. So shirt and ice cream, how can you pass that up? And then on top of that too, if you're around Tuesday, or if you want to reach out to him sometime before that, whether in person, email, text, there's a lot of different mediums to reach out or pass along to others that may be interested as well, that they can ask any questions that they want to. And Pastor already said he had a couple roll in so far, so that's a good thing. We saw this last week, or the last meeting, excuse me, the upcoming season, the Christmas season, some notes to, or some dates to make note of there. And obviously these will be in the bulletin too, but just I'll leave it up there for a second to kind of sink in. And the calendar year, as Christmas falls this year on a Sunday, and then New Year's Day as well, that is part of the reason that some of the times and dates are up there as they are. And beyond that, some other upcoming events as well.
Okay, thanks, Jason. All right, adult discipleship. Scott's out and about today too with him and his family, so we're going to go through that for him. So Bible study, we're taking it through the different after worship Bible studies. Normally that'll take place after church with the meeting today. Talked about evangelism. We're going to talk about end times, and then of course 4 lessons for Advent as we get closer to Christmas. Ladies group is still meeting every other Tuesday here at the church, averaging about 6 ladies per meeting. And they're working on a new book, Bad Girls of the Bible. And then here's again the Bible study that follows in conjunction with that, promise of truth, judgment, resurrection, and promise of the King as we get closer to Christmas. Men's luncheon, third Wednesday, that's coming up this week, November 16th. Everyone's welcome to attend. It's down at breakfast time. The restaurant's name is Breakfast Time. It's over that way. I was there one time and just kept driving, and finally I got to it. Again, Jason's back up for the youth report.
And I think this will be my last time, so then you're done with me after this. So some more, again, kind of reiteration, rerun, rehash of Trunk or Treat went really good. Great outreach tool for the youth in the community. And, a big thumbs up to our youth here in the church. I think last time I said 3, but after thinking back through it, I was in one corner and there was 2 up in this corner. So I think there was a total of 4 different trunks or areas that were run by the youth in our congregation, which says a lot about them. As far as upcoming events, November, things have kind of slowed down now. I know my own and pastors that are in soccer and stuff like that, it's kind of settling down. We have a little more free time. So we will be doing something in November. We're looking at doing a service outreach volunteer, and usually there's plenty of things to do this time of year. So going out in the community and doing some good, and then coming back here and doing a devotion, pizza, something along that line. The other thing here too, Sunday school is going well, that we are transitioning to here fairly soon, getting ready for our Christmas program that the kids put on every year. So I know that not next Sunday, but the following one, they'll start working on that even more than they have been. So that's something else coming up to look forward to.
What I talked about a couple weeks ago is some of the ongoing maintenance items. We had some repairs done for our tractor, and I've used it a couple times, so it's working well. Ongoing light project I have started on replacing Dallas, as I shared a couple weeks ago. And there'll be some more changes within light fixtures within the church project in general. We had a fire alarm repair a couple weeks back, so that is all back in operation. And kind of a brief report, we continue to work through our wall and winterizing our church land. So I know pastors have some for that. I've gone through. These aren't too bad, but I know that some of the
Okay, Ed, thank you very much. All right, elder report. Reg is traveling today as well with his family, so we'll go into this. This is our average church attendance over the past several years. You can see average attendance this year is averaging about 47 people for a service. I think today we had 52, but it's declined a bit from 2015 and 14. The thing we do now that we haven't been doing the past several years is we're online. As I mentioned, while I was traveling, and I'm sure others of you have traveled, you can log on and listen to the church service online. So we do have some people that consistently every Sunday, we can track this, that just log in and watch church service online. So even though they may not be here, they're still following along at home. Communicant membership, if you want an example of steady, this hasn't changed almost at all over the past 3 years. 107, 109, and these days 108, and then baptized members in the church 144, 145, 146. We do have some people in our BIC, our Bible information class, where as some people move on, then we bring some new people in, and we always have several families in our BIC class, Bible information, just to kind of know what the church here is all about, and when you join, you know exactly what you're signing up for. The first vote we're going to take today, as opposed to what it says in your bulletin, this is for next year, 2017. We're going to go to the future, not backwards, 2014. But these are the candidates for the Board of Ministry. You can see my name's up first, and then Matt Shellhorn's up for secretary, and Howard Caribou has graciously accepted the position of treasurer, and he's going to be it's going to be a team approach, but he and Penny Reich are going to tackle the treasurer spot. So the three asterisk names on top are the ones that were open this year for new members or new people to get on the board. Then we go down to outreach. These are not going to pop up until next year. Russ Kimball, Scott Fouts, Jason, who you just heard, Ed, who you just heard, and Rich Fowler's traveling. So if there's any discussion on this, otherwise we'd entertain a motion to accept the board of candidates. If anybody wants to make that motion. So moved. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Okay, in a second. Russ, did you already have your hand up with you? Okay, so moved and passed. So this will be your board of ministry for next year. If you'd like to be involved more in the board activity or here, then you can certainly let us know. We'd be happy to find a slot for you. And moving right along, Tom will come up and talk to us about finances. Do it. Pardon? Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, we got a second. All in favor of, sorry, we had the second, I skipped, yeah. All in favor of that motion, say aye. Anybody opposed? Sorry, we only do it once a year. All right, now you're ready? All right, now he's ready. Bankers.
So first, I wanted to lead off with the October results. We had a very good month, thanks to some extraordinary gifts. We had a super month. We were $5,000 plus in income, which was a wonderful thing, and that puts us well ahead of budget. So good month, and we're doing pretty well for the year. So our actuals are a little bit of a loss for the year yet, but we may make that up and be about flat by the end of the year. That turns out to be pretty much that HVAC deviance that we mentioned in the last meeting that we had, so that's about the same amount. But we're well ahead of budget there, which is good. Then the next piece of business will be the 2017 budget, and it's pretty much modeled off the FY16 budget and actuals. So what was done was take modeling the actuals on the giving and the income. The online giving that comes in is pretty consistent month to month, but usually there's a seasonal dip a little bit in the summertime as people are on vacations. So built into this is a pretty good spring, a little dip in the summer, and a catch up in the fall, which is a pattern that we often see. So that's what's modeled into the financials. And the expenses are just about the same as the previous year, but with the little bit stronger giving that we've seen this year, I think, and consistent with the actual, we can project a little bit better year. But we actually there's some advantages to us to budget a slight negative for us relative to our mortgage and things like that. So we've done that. So with this, I guess we need to call for a motion to accept the budget. Oh, and if anybody wants the full detail, I've put out. So thanks, Sam. I think that was our last slide. Let's see. Oh, there you go. All right, you're up, Pastor. You said you had some announcements.
Yeah, I said that. Really, I did. So immediately following here, we're gonna ask all the brave souls who are willing to take a free T-shirt. And then we'll take your picture, and then you have to eat ice cream, whether you want to or not. And then we'll take some pictures, and then we'll call it a Sunday. And then if you want to, the actual event I'll be here is on Tuesday. That's when I've invited the community to come. I'll give you more ice cream, of course, and hopefully you'll meet some brand new people, and maybe have some questions answered. I will write up a couple questions just to work through for Tuesday, to do more of a presentation. But we'll see. Kind of excited. It's always neat to see the questions that come in from people who are really hurting, and I get the chance to help them. Thank you.